Welcome to this 30-minute flow where we're going to use light weights, a Pilates ball or a pillow, and then also a pillow or a bolster to sit on. Welcome, grab your mat and your weights and some water, and I will see you on the mat. So you're seated on a pillow or a bolster, and that's just going to help with the hip flexors. You can even go higher if you feel that your hips are really tight. And just cross your ankles and just kind of rock a little bit, trying to find your sits bones. Try to move the ribs. I just kind of want you to feel out the back. So as you're doing these little rotations, you can have your hands on your knees. Allow your knees to press out and down. And as you're circling around, you can see from the side, you kind of want to extend the back and then pull the ribs out, round to the lower back, pull the other ribs out, and extend. So you can enjoy this movement, this little hip roll, feeling maybe some tightness in your pelvis and your lower back, and just reverse those rolls, maybe making them a little bigger. You're extending, you're laterally flexing or pulling out. You can also do this on a big ball as well, seated. Good, let's do a couple more. Breathing, and then come into center and release. Now try to find your weight on your sits bones. You're gonna have your fingers like where your ribs are going on your sides. I want you to drop your shoulders and just take a big inhale into your sides, ribs. Feel it expand, and as you exhale, give the baby a little hug. So pelvic floor, core pulls in. It's like you're pulling baby tighter into you. Can you see my head there? Yeah, okay. So it's like you're pulling baby in a little tighter. You want to pull up like you're picking up a blueberry with your pelvis. And exhale, feeling that hug and that contraction. Inhale again. Try to breathe in without the shoulders rising too much. So you're breathing into your sides and back. And as you exhale, getting that little image of a hug. Let's do two more. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. All the way in, then a little bit more. Letting the abdominals contract. And one more inhale. And exhale. And release. Let's take your right hand. You're going to place it in line with your hip on the mat. And I want you to just have it away where you're going to push away and feel your weight go to your left hip. Have yourself aligned like you're straight up from the tailbone to the top of the head. Reach the arm up by the ear. You're gonna laterally flex. So push the ground away with that grounded arm and pull the elbow towards you. As you laterally flex, draw the elbow towards the mat and just get that big side bend. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, push away. Come to the other side. Hand down, arm up, press away. Letting those ribs on the right side pull up. Your head might want to fall in. Keep it lifted in line with the spine. Big inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more each side. Up and over. Reach. Pressing away. Find that opposition. And exhale. If you're feeling this in your hip flexors as you're working, get your hips higher. Sit on something a little bit taller. And exhale. Now, come back to that side bend. We're gonna side bend, and then I want you to imagine someone pulling from the bra strap line. You're hugging baby again. So as you exhale, just rotate, reaching the little finger towards the corner of the mat, feeling that little hug, that roundness of the back. Stay here and breathe into the back. And as you breathe out, open and unwind. Inhale. Exhale, rotate, push the ground away, shoulders away from the ears, head in line with the spine. Inhale. And exhale, open and unwind. One more time each side. Up and over, rotate. Doesn't have to be a big rotation. You're trying to expand the shoulder blades. You're protracting them. You open back to center and you unwind. Up and over, pushing the ground away. Rotate, reach through the little finger. Open and bring it back. Good. Take your hands, just interlace the fingers, press forward and just round to the back. And then open, turn the thumbs out and lift. So a variation of this, if you feel your stomach's getting in the way, move the pillow. You can take a ball or you can just sit on your heels Just sitting back here, we're gonna interlace the fingers. You're gonna press away, and as you do, just round. Press the shoulder blades apart. Breathe in. Breathe out, start to open. Turn the thumbs up, expand and lift the chest. So you're aiming up and back with those thumbs. And then again, press and round. It's like a little cat-cow sitting on this ball. Open and lift. Give me one more. Pressing forward. Open and lift. Good. From here, hand reaches down towards the ground. Even if it doesn't touch, you're going to take your other hand on the top of the head, and you're just going to kind of draw that ear towards the shoulder. Once you get this side bend with the neck, turn the chin towards the armpit, and then press down through the heel of the hand or the fingertips, kind of like you're reaching for the ground. You should feel a big stretch down that upper trap and into the neck. So chin aims slightly towards the ground. You're giving a little pull. Breathe into it. As you exhale, that's when the tension releases. One more inhale. And exhale. And release. Other side. Hand on right by the ear. So you're right on top of the ear. Other hand reaches down like a claw. You're going to pull like you're going up and over. And then the chin, without dropping the head, the chin just slightly rotates towards the armpit. So your head is still in line with the spine. It's just a slight rotation. And you're going to feel as you reach away that stretch down, that whole area where you get so tight. Inhale. Exhale, you're pulling in that position. Not forcing it, just finding that gentle stretch. Good, one more. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Good. All right, from here, let's set the ball away. You're going to be on your hands and knees, and it's important to find this quadruped position. So hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. So from here, I want you to just find a little rock forward and a little rock back, and just kind of notice what's happening with the weight distribution. When you rock back, you should feel the core turn on a little bit, almost like you're giving a little hug there to the stomach, and you go light into the hands. As you rock forward, maybe you're heavier in the hands, but try to wrap the elbows back and sit back just a little bit so you're pretty light in the hands. We're gonna let our stomach, let baby just kind of fall towards the ground and lift the chest. So right now you might feel everything in the lower back. I want you to breathe in, and as you breathe out, pelvic floor, so kneep, and then exhale, hug baby. Tuck the tailbone under, then round that middle back. Look down with the head, push the ground away, sit back halfway, breathe in. Your shoulders aren't up here, your elbows are still wrapped back. And then breathing out, shift it back onto all fours. From the tailbone, start to extend. We aren't hanging in the back this time. I just want you to extend from the tailbone and then start to lift the chest. Feel like your chest is pulling forward. Lift and extend, inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, articulate. Round, push the ground away. You can stay here or you can sit back slightly, breathe in. And breathe out, shift it forward. And then lengthen. Let's stay in this position, but walk your hands to the right side of the mat. So knees are still staying where they are. And then you're gonna round, sit back halfway. You should feel a stretch now down the left side of your lat as you breathe in. And then breathe out, shifting forward and extend, lift. Good, other side, walk it over. So hands are over here. We're gonna round the back. Now you should feel a stretch on this side because we're not letting our hips shift, right? We're gonna sit back halfway, breathe in. And as you breathe out, shift forward, lift, and extend. Good, take your hands right to the center. And from here, we're just gonna take our right leg, reach it back. So from here, you might feel yourself dumping into both hands. Try to soften the elbows. If you look back, your left lower leg isn't falling over, okay? So you wanna keep the left sits bone kind of reaching back, and you're gonna keep those hip bones towards the mat. Keep a little connection in the core. We aren't dumping, we're hugging baby in. You're gonna hold there, and then see if you can just lift that leg up, but keep those hip bones square. And then set the foot back down, knee back in. Lengthen the other leg. Keep the right hip pulling back, head in line with the spine. Elbows wrap back and soft. Lift, flex the foot. All toes are facing the ground. That's how you're gonna know if you're in that right spot. And then bring it back in. Good, other side, reach it back, lift. Now this time, let's add on a little bit. Hips are square, you're gonna breathe in. As you breathe out, you're gonna pull the knee in, you're gonna push the ground away. So just find where you can pull in. Maybe it's only a little bit, wherever your belly will let you. And then reach back, soften the elbows. We're just going to our straight line. Exhale, inhale, reach. So I want you to feel a little core engagement as you're exhaling and pulling in. As you go back and reach, your butt works to lift. We're not going in the lower back. Give me 3. Can you keep that left hip pulling back? 2. And 1, and then just hold. Square the hips, core in. Reach that left arm either long, or you can bend the elbow and drop the elbow a little bit. So you're in this all 4, not all 4, you're in 2, but you're just gonna hold. Wrap that right elbow, keep it soft. 3, 2, 1, and release. Whew. Other side. So now elbows are soft. We're gonna reach the left leg out. Hold. Flex the foot for a moment, get those hips squared, pull the right hip back. We're not falling, everything is engaged. Point the toe, just round. Even if you just bring it in to meet the other leg, you're gonna be working. Reach back, can you keep that core strong as you lift the leg? Keep that right hip pulling back. So we round and back. Looks like this from the front. So if you watch my legs, when I round in, I'm not letting the hip drop. My head stays aligned with the spine. Scoop and round. 3 more. For 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lift the opposite arm. Hold. Can you do this without turning the chest? You want to keep everything square. Finding your balance. Think midline, inseam of that leg. And then release. Sit it back for a moment. You can always use a ball here in shell. So knees open. Have your hands on a ball if you have it, and just let yourself kind of drop. If your stomach's getting really big, you can also put your hands or arms on a big ball and do this little rounding and releasing. Good, coming back in. We're gonna stay on all 4s, but now we're just gonna do those holds. So this time I want you to get that 90-degree bend, but with a weight. Left elbow soft. Left leg goes long. Find that the toes are facing the ground. Find that the hips are square, that the core is drawn in. You're just gonna open here and you're gonna hold. Don't let the elbow come up. Keep the elbow angled down, head aligned with the spine. Hold, flex the foot. Pull that right hip back. Core is pulled in, left elbow soft. Chest is not rotating. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Other side, right elbow soft, right leg reaches out, toes touch the ground, then lift the leg with the glute. Elbow is up. Elbows aligned with the shoulder. We're not turning the body. Keep that hand pulling up. Keep the inseam of the leg drawing in. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo! All right, 4 more each side. Here we go. Reach, hold. 5, 4, 3, find all those connections. 2 and 1, other side. Reach, flex the foot, hold. 5, square those hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You should not be feeling it here, more in the center of the shoulder blades, glutes, core. Keep it, hold. 5, 4, 3, inner thigh. 2 and 1, hold. 5, 4, neck is long. 3, 2, 1, and release. I always advise, I'm gonna keep going here, filming yourself a couple times, because you'll be able to see exactly where your hips are. It feels like your hips are in a certain place. But do a little filming of these exercises on your own. You're gonna see a world of difference. Whew! Can feel it already in those shoulders, in the core. And back. 1 more round, you guys. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another side. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. All right. So from here, we're going to keep our weight weights available. We're gonna go on to our back. If you're not comfortable on your back, you do not have to do this one, but as long as we're not staying here for long periods of time, it should be fine. Take a ball or a pillow between your knees, feet grounded. So from here, we're in this arched position, right? Belly's here, or we're postpartum. But you're gonna walk your feet back. They're only about a fist distance apart, arms down by your sides. Take a breath in through the nose. As you breathe out, let's articulate. Pull the pubic bone towards you, but feel like your heels pull towards you as well. Rolling up one vertebra at a time, hold at the top. I don't want you overarching. Hold it here, squeeze that ball, inhale. As you exhale, melt down. Chest, middle back, lower back, right into neutral. Release the squeeze, inhale. Exhale, rolling through. Feel the knees draw forward. Feel the pubic bone tuck under. Feel the glutes engage. Shoulders relax, face relax. Big toe, little toe, heel into the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Melt it down. Inhale, neutral. Exhale. Roll it up. Squeeze those glutes. Pull with the back of the legs, but also the butt muscles. Hold 5, 4. Relax the shoulders. You can always bend your elbows out too if you feel like they're tight, your shoulders or your ribs. And as you exhale, melt it down. Inhale, let's do 2 more like that. Exhale, roll it up. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and melt it down. Inhale, and one more time, roll it up. Hold, find that position. Try to tuck that tailbone under. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. From here, take the ball away, widen your feet so they're wider on the mat. Arms out to the side. Just let your knees go side to side here. Just getting a little windshield wiper motion. Maybe pressing the top knee down and away to get a little stretch through that TFL. All right, bring your arms back down by your sides. We're just gonna lift the hips and lower the hips. We're going for 15. Here we go. Up and back down. Can you tuck the tailbone under, scoop and lift? When we're pregnant, we lose our butt often. Saggy butt syndrome. Good. Lift and lower. You can always reach your arms up or bend the elbows out to the side. If you feel your neck is tight or feeling any tension, give me 10. Knees open out just a little. 9, 8, 7. Really drawing the pubic bone towards you. 6. Knees pulling forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Little pulses up. As you pulse up, open out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Little reverse shell. Just hug the knees wide. Big toes touch, just side to side. Beautiful. And we're going to lay on our side next. So with the side laying, you can use a pillow under your head. You can also use an ankle weight if you feel you're ready for that. But you're just going to have the pillow here. We want a hand weight as well. I have a set here of 1 kilogram. And I'm going to lay on my side and just put my head on my pillow. And you can have your other arm here or no pillow, let your arm rest here. So from here, I want you to find this position where your back and head are aligned, your hips and knees are aligned, and your feet and knees are aligned. So it's a 90 degree, and 90 degree angle, okay? Now lift your side rib. You can either even stuff a little blanket under here so you have a little space. Take a weight here just to rest your hand on so your shoulder can relax without the space leaving. Good. From here, you're just gonna lift the feet and we're just gonna start with clam. So we're gonna go 10 clams here. The goal here is to keep the hips even. What I often see is this, the hip falling up. Keep that reach. So that's why that space is important. Also, this hip bone here, it's right there. You can put your hand on it, often rolls back, and then we're gonna lose the glute. So squeeze those heels together. You can always keep your feet down as well. I think you get a little more if you lift it and you can maintain all of this. I know I'm talking a lot, that's what I do. Bear with me, it's all worth it. Keep that 90-90, open and close. Maybe you only get here, that's fine, do you. Open and close for 3, 2, and 1. Now set the legs down. Keep that lift. Keep the reach away of this side rib. Sometimes you can even press away. You're just gonna open and close the whole leg. Now, little things that are important here. The foot of the top leg, imagine it's on a wall, because a lot of times I'll see kind of like feet doing this, or in weird situations with the feet. It changes the whole hip relationship. So keep like the ball, the foot, the big toe, little toe, and heel are against a wall, sliding with the knees, staying the same height. This hip again isn't rolling back. This side rib is lifted. Woo, give me 5, 4. You should really feel this deep in the hip if you're doing it right. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, now we're gonna add a little internal rotation. We're gonna keep that lift. We're gonna lift the leg as high as you can without that hip opening. Rotate, so the knee turns in, the knee comes back, and we close. We're going 10. Open, rotate, open, and back down. So the knee is falling below the foot, the knee is coming to foot height, and then we close. My space here, it's not smashing. Imagine there's a little mouse baby hanging out down underneath your rib. Woo, this burns like crazy already. You don't even need ankle weights. Let's go 4, 3, you got it, 2, and 1, and release. All right, now lengthen this leg out, flex the foot. I want you to look here at the hip, the knee, and the foot. So if you are looking from your peripheral, you can't really see your whole foot, right? But I want you to rotate the femur, this upper leg bone, almost towards the mat a little bit, so the hip stays stacked. Flex your foot. We're gonna lower and lift. It doesn't have to be a big move. Now, if you're looking down and your leg's coming forward, that means you're working here. I want you back here. So kick back, but tuck the tailbone under, and then lift and lower. You can even be like right by a wall and slide your heel up and down a wall. Don't let this hip roll back. Don't smash your baby mouse. Woo! 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it here. You're gonna kick forward. Here you feel a stretch in the hamstring. Notice I didn't smash my mouse. Point, and as you reach back, I want you to feel the butt engage. Keep your length. We're gonna flex and kick, point, and reach back. You can always lengthen this leg or keep it back. Kick, point, and reach. So as you kick, you're sending your tailbone back. As you reach back, you're tucking the tailbone under. I know there's lots of little technique things. Can you keep your foot hip height for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it in. Good. Now let's lengthen the bottom leg. So here, we don't need this guy. Let me move that out of the way. All right, so bottom leg is long. You can use your ball here again, or a pillow, just to rest the top knee on. I want you to still find that mouse house, or that mouse space, baby mouse space. We're gonna lift and lower the bottom leg. Can you find the foot just like you did with the other one, where it's sliding up and down the wall? And we're lifting and lowering. You should feel inner thigh here. Again, we're not forward. We're in a straight line, and we're lifting and lowering without smashing baby mouse. Shoulders relax, neck relaxed. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, stay there. I'm just grabbing a little towel here. So you can use a little tiny towel, a little pad, something to put under your elbow, because now you can bend both knees back here to center. We're gonna place this right under your rib, or right at your bottom rib Here, there's a little spot where your elbow's gonna fit perfect. You're gonna take your weight in that hand. Elbow's plugged in. It's not back here. It's forward slightly, and you're gonna roll your shoulder open. This arm, 90-degree over your stomach. You're gonna open. Press the elbow into that little pad here. You can thicken it if you need to. Keep squeezing it. Now, as you come forward with the weight, this shoulder isn't rolling forward, okay? So this is external rotation. We open, close. I want you to go as far back as you can without losing that towel. So squeeze the towel in. After about 5 or 6 of these, they are gonna get really heavy. Things to watch out for is the wrist. Is your wrist doing funky things? Is your arm angle changing? Keep it at 90. You're gonna feel this deep in the shoulder joint. Keep that little mouse alive. Go 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. All right, other side. Here we go. Set the pillow down, and we're gonna start with our clam. So now we know what we're doing a little bit more, right? We don't need our ball, we don't need our pad right now. You can use a weight here. Find yourself where your head and your butt are a straight line, 90-degree. It's not that hard. I see people doing this all the time. Try to find your 90, try to lift your side rib. Lift your feet up, open and close. Can you do this without smashing baby mouse? Can you keep the hip away? Sorry, I had to move back a little bit there. So right there. Or keep the hip balanced. We don't want it rolling back. Maybe you only get a little bit. If you aren't feeling it back here, check your form. What are you doing wrong? It's those little tiny things. Squeeze those heels together. Open and close. Give me 10. I want you to squeeze like I couldn't pull those heels apart if I came over there and tried right now. 8, 7, 6. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, now from here, lift your baby mouse spot, hips square, we open and we close. So from here, can you keep that foot like it's on a wall? It's not supinating, it's not pronating. The movement's just coming deep from that hip joint. This side's a little harder for me to find. If you can't find it, it doesn't mean you're getting stronger. It means that you're not in the right position. I mean, I've been doing these for years and I still feel them like crazy once I hit that spot. These muscles are endurance muscles. Whew. You've got it for 6, 5, 4. You get a little pause when you really feel it. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we add our internal rotation. So here we go. We go up, rotate. Foot goes higher than the knee. Knee comes back to hip height and lower. Open, twist, open, and down. That being said, you could always add ankle weights. Just even light ankle weights. Keep your baby mouse alive. Right here, don't smash it. 5 more. 5. Watch that foot. It doesn't want to go funky. It might want to go funky. Don't let it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, reach the leg long. Let me make sure you can see me here. All right, leg is reaching long, and from here, bottom knee can remain bent. Make your little mouse house. We're gonna lift and lower. So from here, a lot of times I see this happening, right? Keep the length. Tuck the tailbone under. Foot is flat against the wall. Watch that your knee isn't rotating open. So kick it back, but tuck the tailbone in opposition. Lift and lower. Check your form. It should be from the hip. Your foot, if there was a wall on your hip bone, your foot has to be behind it. Whew, you should really feel that deep in that hip joint. 4, 3, tuck the tailbone under in opposition, 2, and 1, lift it up to hip height. We're gonna flex, kick, kick, up at hip, point, and reach back, engage, tuck the tailbone. Flex and stick your butt out behind you, kick, kick, find a deep stretch in the hamstring, point and reach back. Here we go for 7, 6, keep your mouse house, your mouse space. That kick, kick is like a stretch, stretch. 3, 2, and 1, and release. All right, towel. Oh no, we're gonna do our inner thigh first. All right, we're gonna take the ball, place the knee on the ball. You could use a foam roller as well. Now really lengthen out that bottom hip, reach long, flex the foot, and then find your little mouse space. So it's kind of from that whole side body. Hand here, flex the bottom leg. We're gonna lift and lower. Check it out. If there was a wall on this hip, your toes would also be on the wall. You'd be right along it. Can you keep the space underneath that bottom rib while moving the leg? That's the tricky part, because we want to keep that so we're isolating that inner thigh, that adductor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. All right, make your little pad here to stick under your elbow. Okay, right there. And weight in your hand, elbow squeezing in, make your space, make your mouse house. We go up and back down. You don't want the shoulder to be rolling forward with you. A light weight here is completely perfect. Even no weight might work. Check your wrist so it's not flexing, but it's nice and in line with that lower arm. I know these are little tedious exercises, but I promise they make a big difference in your overall posture, your endurance in your muscles, your joint stability and mobility. 3, 2, and 1, and release. All right, we're almost there. Let's come up into a kneeling position. You're gonna have the ball, foot and knee are lined. Creep this foot out a little bit so that you can get this nice shift. With this shift, the knee opens up and our whole body stays in line. If you can't do that and you're arching your back, then move your foot forward and kind of go in that diagonal, okay? So we're here, hand presses here. We're just gonna shift a few times. And then we're gonna take the ball and just set it down into the ground. Reach through this arm and push into the hand or into the foot and this hand. It's like you're being lifted up from the side body. So you're light on the ball. Inhale, and then exhale, bring it up and shift back, up and over. Can you do like you're like you're a toast in a toaster? My favorite analogies. Reach up and over and back. Go 3, 2. I know these are not many moves, but we don't need many just to keep our mobility and keep our strength. Take both hands down here. Let it just circle around with the hips. I call these hulas. You're inside your heel on that right leg and you're hulaing the hips around. Can you circle around, but back and around and then reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, other side, finishing strong here. So foot and knee aligned, ball in this hand. We're just shifting at first. Knee tracks over that second toe. Just finding that shift. All right, here we go. So we're gonna bring the ball down. Everything is aligned, ball, knee, foot. You take it here. You reach like you're being hooked up and over. Push into the left foot or that long leg and then bring it up and side bend. Up and over. Core is working. Try not to arch in the lower back. Trying to keep yourself along a wall or between two sheets of glass besides that lower leg on the ground. Give me 2 more for 2. And 1. And take both hands down here. Let it just circle around with the hips. I call these hulas. You're inside your heel on that right leg, and you're hulaing the hips around. Can you circle around, but back and around, and then reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so last move here, we're gonna take the ball, we can just set it to the side actually, and then I want you to have your knees wide and your feet turned in slightly, so we're like this. Your butt's gonna sit back a little bit, but you want a long spine, so we aren't arching, we find that long spine. Left elbows wrapped back and bent, it would go directly down towards the ground. Other hand right here by your forehead or by your ear. We're gonna rotate, bring the elbow all the way down to the hand, touch it. Can you keep weight in both knees as you press and you turn the chest and open? Don't reach with the elbow, you're turning the chest. So we go down, the elbow's just along for the ride, it's out there by the ear, you're rotating. I like my hand better on my forehead, you guys can decide. Open and rotate. 6 more, for 6, weight in both knees. Chin lifted, 5. This is gonna save your neck if you're breastfeeding. 4. Getting movement through the thoracic spine. 3, 2, and 1. Other side, here we go. Right elbow's back. Left hand behind the head. Make sure you can see the elbow. The shoulders away from the ear. We go down to the hand. Rotate and open. This is another one you can film to see where your elbow is. A lot of times we'll see the elbow kind of leading and then the shoulders jumping around. We're trying to turn our torso, our chest from that mid-spine. 5, 4, the head's in the same position the whole time. It's the chest moving. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Wonderful job. Give me a little pike here. So hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press it up and back. Just find that reach, breathe. Pressing to the outside of the heel and try not to round the back. Try to press the chest towards the thighs. Alternating, then lift both heels. Turn both heels to the right, but not the chest. The chest is still centered. Maybe the heels ground, maybe they don't. And then you just press it back, maybe bend the knees, inhale, and exhale. Up and over, around, heels down, bend, and press. One more time each side, rotate, bend, reaching the butt up and back. Another side, inhale, and exhale. And we are finished. Wonderful job today. Try to do this a couple times a week and keep your core and all those joints strong and mobile so you can have a wonderful pregnancy and stay balanced. Until next time, have a great day.